Here are the victims at the Hotel Montana who have already been identified. This is the list of the honored dead from Haiti, from France, from the United States, Germany, Haiti, U.S., more Haiti. These are people who are, in the words of these searchers, known to be entombed here. This is the list of the lost. You go down this list, here's Brittany's name. USA, still entombed in the Hotel Montana. So should the search and rescue effort continue with vigor? Obviously, at the Hotel Montana, those guys from Fairfax County are going to keep at it until they have recovered everybody from that wreck. But should search and rescue be de-emphasized in favor of relief and recovery? A fair and balanced debate. Congresswoman Loretta Sanchez, Democrat of California. Congressman Jack Kingston, Republican of Savannah, Georgia. Congressman Sanchez, you first.
Hi, Geraldo. How are you? Good evening. I think that we need to, there may still be some survivors, but the reality is that we can lose a lot of people if we don't get to feeding them and taking care of some of the health issues that many of them have. Gangrene can set in. Obviously, all the infections, all the bodies and pieces of bodies with the heat that we've seen there. So we need to start to do some of that, redirecting and making sure that those we know are alive can stay alive.
Congressman Kingston, what say you?
Geraldo, I think it's imperative that we keep searching. There's 45 people still missing in the hotel, 17 that we know to be Americans. 2 of my constituents are there. I feel very passionate that the search has to continue. America is going to pick up the lion's share of the financial cost of this disaster, and we're not begrudging that, but in terms of getting American citizens out, we need to keep the search going.
But Congressman Kingston, what about Congresswoman Sanchez's argument that resources diverted to those who, after 11 days, barring a miracle like happened today with the French fellow, the 32-year-old pulled out alive, are being diverted from the living?
I think we have enough resources there that we can do both. Right now, we're going to have about 4,600 troops on the ground and another 10,000 offshore, including, as you know, medical facilities on ships. We've got the international community responding. Getting medical help there to the people who are alive is imperative. I agree with that. But I don't think it's either or, Geraldo. I think we can do both. And I would do everything I can on my side of the aisle, working with Loretta, to make sure that we do continue to do both.
Congresswoman, isn't he right? It's not either or, is it? You know, I'd be willing to help pull some of that concrete away. I'm not an expert. I'd probably get in the way. But why not keep at it as long as those people, the search and rescue folks, aren't involved in relief and recovery?
Well, certainly, Geraldo. We have the greatest search and rescue teams, as you know. We've seen plenty of people here from California, the firemen and our police officers and our search and rescue teams are over there, and they're still going at it. And I believe that's great, and we need to look. As you know, Geraldo, I lost a brother a little bit over a year ago, and he was lost at sea. And certainly, as somebody who was waiting and hoping that he was alive, I was very grateful that it took them a full week to find the boat at the bottom of the ocean. But I was very grateful that they continued and they went out and they looked. And so I can understand, even after 11 days, especially when you see these little bright lights of somebody pulled out alive, that, those search and rescue teams can continue. But the reality is also that you need to ensure that those who are alive get the resources they need to keep them alive, and that we can stabilize the area. I mean, we've sent out, I think one of our big medical ships has now arrived. The 82nd Airborne has been there for the last 2.5 days. More troops are coming to stabilize the area, and the logistics of just getting the food out to people, getting that medical care out to people, it is such a big effort. It really takes the United States Army and Navy and Air Force and Marines to get that done.
Congresswoman Sanchez, thank you. Congressman Kingston, thank you as well. When we come back.